My 7-year-old said, I can't wait for you and Daddy to get divorced so we can have 2 Christmases. We were putting up the Christmas tree last weekend when Lily said it. My husband Jake was untangling lights, and I was pulling ornaments out of storage boxes, and Lily was sitting on the couch watching us. Out of nowhere, she said, Mommy, I can't wait for you and Daddy to get divorced. I dropped the ornament I was holding, and it shattered on the floor. Jake stopped moving completely, light still in his hands. I asked Lily what she just said, and she repeated it, smiling like she'd said something nice. I can't wait for you and Daddy to get divorced so we can have 2 Christmases. I asked her why she would say that, and she said, because Emma at school has 2 Christmases, and she gets way more presents than me. I looked at Jake, and he looked like someone had punched him. I told Lily that divorce isn't something to wish for, and it means Mommy and Daddy don't live together anymore. She said, I know, that's why you get 2 Christmases, one at Mommy's house and one at Daddy's house. Jake asked her who told her that, and she said Emma explained the whole thing at recess. Emma's parents got divorced last year, and now Emma gets 2 of everything. 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, 2 Easters. Emma gets double presents and gets to pick which parent she stays with on weekends. Lily said it sounded amazing, and all the kids at school were jealous of Emma. I tried to explain that divorce isn't fun, and it's actually really sad, and Emma probably doesn't like having her parents separated. Lily said, but she told me she loves it because she gets more stuff and she doesn't have to see her parents fight anymore. That hit different. Jake and I don't fight in front of Lily, or at least we didn't think we did. I asked Lily if she thinks we fight a lot, and she said, not a lot, but sometimes you yell at each other when you think I'm asleep. That was true. Jake and I had been having issues for about 6 months, mostly about money and parenting styles. We tried to keep it away from Lily, but apparently we weren't doing a great job. Jake asked Lily if she really wanted us to get divorced just so she could get more presents, and she nodded and said, Emma says it's the best and her life is so much better now. I felt sick. Jake looked like he was going to cry. We sent Lily to her room and had an emergency conversation. Jake said maybe we needed to get better at hiding our problems or go to counseling. I said maybe our problems were worse than we thought if our 7-year-old was actively hoping we'd split up. We decided to call a family therapist the next day and see if we could figure this out before it got worse. But that night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Emma telling the other kids that divorce was great and wondering if we were messing up Lily by staying together, if we were unhappy. The next day I called Emma's mom, whose name is Rachel, and asked if we could talk. We met for coffee and I told her what Lily said. Rachel laughed, but not in a mean way, more like she expected this. She said Emma had been telling everyone at school that divorce was amazing because Rachel and Emma's dad had sat her down and explained it that way. They told Emma that Mommy and Daddy still love her, but sometimes grown-ups are happier living separately. And because of that, Emma would get extra special treatment to make the transition easier. That meant more presents, more attention, more fun activities. They were basically bribing Emma to be okay with the divorce. I asked if that was healthy, and Rachel said honestly, she didn't care. Her ex-husband was impossible to live with, and if spoiling Emma was what it took to keep her from being traumatized, she'd spoil her. She said Emma had adjusted great and was doing fine in school and seemed genuinely happy. Rachel asked why I was so concerned, and I told her Lily was now wishing for a divorce so she could have what Emma has. Rachel said, oh, and then apologized for Emma influencing Lily, but said she wasn't going to tell Emma to stop talking about it because it was Emma's truth. I went home and told Jake what Rachel said, and we decided we needed to have a serious talk with Lily. We sat her down and explained that divorce isn't something you wish for, and it's not a fun thing, even if it means more presents. We told her that Mommy and Daddy love each other and love her, and we're going to work on being happier together. Lily asked if that meant we were never getting divorced, and Jake said, we're not planning to, and Lily looked disappointed. That's when I realized how bad things had gotten. Our daughter was actively rooting against our marriage because another kid at school made it sound appealing. We started therapy the next week. The therapist said it was actually good that Lily said something because it forced us to confront issues we'd been ignoring. She said kids are mirrors for their parents' relationships, and if Lily was wishing for a divorce, that meant she was picking up on our unhappiness even when we tried to hide it. We've been in therapy for 2 months now, and things are getting better. Jake and I are communicating more and fighting less. We explained to Lily that we're working on being a happier family, and that divorce isn't always a solution. She said okay, but she still thinks Emma's situation sounds cool. Last week Emma's dad got remarried, and now Emma has a stepmom and stepsisters, and Emma told everyone at school she basically has 3 families now. Lily came home and asked if we could get divorced and remarried to other people so she could have a bigger family. I don't even know what to say anymore. Jake thinks we should transfer Lily to a different school to get away from Emma's influence, but I think the damage is done. Emma opened Lily's eyes to the idea that divorce could be beneficial, and now Lily can't unsee it. The therapist says we just need to keep modeling a healthy relationship, and eventually Lily will stop romanticizing divorce. But I'm not sure. Every time Jake and I have even a minor disagreement, Lily asks if we're getting divorced yet. Last weekend Jake surprised me with flowers and planned a date night to show Lily that we're working on our marriage. We got all dressed up and showed Lily we were going out together, and she said, why are you doing this? You should just get divorced already. Jake looked at me and said, maybe we really do need to change schools. I'm starting to think he's right.